Good morning, good morning, good morning. We back at it again. Back at it again. Today is 12/17. I pray everybody's had a fantastic morning thus far. Just gonna get to it a little bit, trying to figure out what we can see here in the market. You already know what it is. Good to see the family. Good to see everybody. Facebook, YouTube, Clubhouse. Everybody was popping. Oh man. I've been up all night driving and I appreciate being back in the city. Let's get to the market, man. Let's see what they got for us. I haven't really taken a look at it thus far, but let's see what we can get into, right? Um, let's see. I'm going to share my screen. If you're on Facebook and YouTube, you can follow along. If you're on Clubhouse, you know what I'm saying. You can ask whatever questions you like at any time because I love answering questions. Let's get to it. Let's start off on the bonds, 60s. You know me. Get right to the 60s. Tight overnight range. Let's find the levels. Overnight high was put in, looks to be just a moment ago. 173.03. Overnight low. It was tested twice, 172.19. Tested at the 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock candles. That's pretty cool. Two tests of the lows, especially after yesterday's news from Powell. You know, we had a FOMC announcement, or the minutes came out in the afternoon. So we got good highs, 173.03 to 172.19. 19.03 is 13 to get me that at 2 and 3 more is 16. So that's the 16 tick overnight range. That's pretty cool. Our open, 172.31. So basically everything is right where it started. We're trading 172.30 right now. And we started last night or yesterday evening, you would say 172.31. So basically, the bonds haven't done anything. Where are we in relation to where we started? Right back where we started. That's the way to say it. We right back where we started. Let's see if we have any key levels of places of significance that we should be paying attention to. I guess I still like 172.27. I still like that. I still like 173.07 too. Still like these levels. It's still cool. I'm interested in the market really, doing what it has to do right around this range. Let's say 172.31 to 173.07. That's a fight. But after that fight, it'll be over. We can probably start moving up into the 174s, So it looks as though they got a little traffic. But, with traffic comes, you can get through traffic. Good to see everybody in here. Isis, I see you. Ray, what's in the Raven in the building? What up, Raven? Raven, you already been looking at the market. Come here, talk to me. Why don't you come up here, man? I want to see what you think about this thing. Talk to me, Ray. What's good?
It was so J9. I just woke up. But I do have my chart open. Right?
Showtime. I see Portia up here and Ken up here. What up, Portia? What up, Ken? Good to see y'all too. So yeah, I'm sitting up here looking at it, and you know what I'm thinking. You know me, I'm thinking upside.
Oh, for sure.
I'm looking at it. I'm thinking upside all day. I'm like, oh, whoa, the boys get over that overnight high, and I know it's showtime.
Yeah, I just feel like, especially with everything that happened with the news yesterday, I think that deterred us a little bit and knocked it off a little bit off track, from getting to, because we had ultimate targets yesterday of like 173, right? And so when the news came out, a little bit, had to go back and retrace some stuff. So now I feel like when we get to that overnight high,
right.
Nobody should say anything to us. We picked up everybody in their bombs.
Right. I think from a volume standpoint, we should be in good shape. From a volume standpoint, if you look at it, if we revisit those highs again, we should be in good shape. It should be time for for things to roll over. That's really what I'm looking at. Give me a nice little roll. Nice little roll. Won't hurt nobody. Get me back up to this upside so we can finish some of this business up here. Because there's so much to do. So much to do. I think the S&P is trading emotionally. I'm seeing now when we look at the S&P, highs overnight, 37.17. Dig that now. We're trading 37.17. And we all sick. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like a trap. I don't keep building this trap though perfectly. I think that the S&P is going to continue to rise until we get transition in DC. And then when things kind of slow down and shut down, I think the market is kind of just like pricing it in. Let's pump it a bit. So when everything slows down, it doesn't go back to dramatic, scary levels and people run away. But this uptick is fantastic. I love what they're doing over here. What we on the S&P, we opened at around 36.97. Overnight low on the S&P is 36.93. Top side on the S&P 37.17. Pretty good range overnight. Pretty good range, 22, 23 points. Can't be mad about that. But I know what? They crossed 37.05 and I'm going to short them. Yay! Talking about I'm going to the short side. They crossed 37.05. I do want to open it up for questions, man. It's 8:08. I kind of, open up these charts and do the same basic thing every day. We start just looking and trying to see what it is that we can see, what assumptions we can make, what we believe about the market intentionality for the day. And we're basically trying to just cook with two pots. It's simple. We open up and we cook with two pots. Everybody do me a favor too. Today is motivational video day. So if you're a bully, you already know, send those videos in so we can get them all tightened up. Answer to the video ask link so that we can get them all tightened up so that, the future traders that are coming, the New Year's resolution traders and the Valentine's Day bullies and the March Madness bullies and the April shower bullies and the Memorial Day bullies, all of them can, come in and get that same encouragement that we got. So make sure that you shoot that video. We're on day 11 of the 12 days of giving for the bullies. It's been fantastic, giving blood and donating money to different charities and creating cards for kids that's going to be in the hospital. I mean, it's just been a really, really good time reading to children, reading stories. So it's just been a real good time. We even sang some songs, man. Can you believe that? They got Jay back on the keys, singing songs. If you have any questions, though, I'm with it. I'm going to stop the share here on YouTube and Facebook. So I'll stop that. And if you have any questions, I'm with it. And no question is too far to bounce, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? We can talk about it. Why did that happen? 173.00 just came right back out. I would appreciate selling off at 37.15 today, personally. On the ES, I would like to sell off at 37.15. At least that's what I think the next trade is. I wanted to buy the bonds right back down where they were, though, like the 172.27 area.
Oh yeah, I was looking at 27 today.
What you say?
I said 27 looked like a better spot.
I would if it come back, if you catch 27, 26, I just wonder how they're gonna open. What's the presentation gonna be? If they come out and give us a nice good downside move, I would appreciate it. Just a moment ago, the change of intentionality, crossing back through that line at 172.31 is big for me. It's very, very big that they decided to change the color of the daily candle. I shared with this group that I was talking to yesterday. Shout out to Isis and Cassidy. What I did was share with them was like, the daily color of the candle means so much about intentionality. And if that thing changes, especially if it changes like during the cash open, man, it's kind of like somebody literally changing their mind. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm going to the store. You know what? Nah, I'm not going to the store. I'm going to go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like that change in direction, you have to pay attention to that. And they crossed through 172.31 a little while ago. It make me kind of think, they got something up their sleeve, They might be trying to get back through the 173.03s, For everybody who's maybe you know or don't know, I love teaching the bonds. I teach the bond market. That's what I do. I help people break down market jargon and market stuff so that it's really, really simple. I ask myself three questions every day. The three questions of where the buyers, where the sellers, and who's going to win. That's it. After studying all the different things that you can study about the market, I I figured that, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to water it down and make it simple. You know what I'm saying? It was so full and chock full of difficulty. And that's not my vibe. I want to keep it simple, keep it very simple. And what I found is that you can ask yourself three questions every day and then end up on the right side of the market. Those three questions: where are the buyers? Where are the sellers? And who's going to win? That's it. If you can find the buyers, you can find the seller, and you know who's going to win, you'll be on the right side of the market each and every day. That's what we try and do over here in Bully Land. So let's see how it goes today. What is it, Thursday? So we got jobs report at 8:30. Let's check some morning announcements. That's a good place to go to. I will read for you today's announcements. Let's go to the calendar. Two sites I check every day: econoday.com, econoday. The other one I check is Forex Factory, but let's look at it. December 17th is our day. We have some bill auctions early. Then we have housing starts and permits at 8:30, jobless claims at 8:30, and Philly Fed manufacturing index at 8:30. All of those are big announcements. If I can help it, I will not be in the market at 8:30. Period. Then we have the natural gas report at 10:30 a.m. today. Kansas City Fed manufacturing at 11 a.m. And then we have some bill auctions. Preferably, we are totally done with the market by that time. I don't even want to be sitting in this chair at 11. I'd much rather be somewhere else at 11 o'clock. So we're going to try and get in and get out today. We see them and we go ahead and take advantage of the market when it shows us. So let's check Forex Factory just in case. Everything is, going inside ADP non-farm employment for Canada. Then we have Philly Fed unemployment and building permits, housing starts. So these are really, really important announcements if you consider the fact that what we always want to quantify if we're talking about productivity, which is for me the coefficient of real lasting economic growth. If we're talking about productivity, not bolstered claims, not puffed up prices, I'm just talking about real productivity. Then things like unemployment make a difference. How many people are waking up, going to work in the morning means a lot to the wealth of a nation. Building permits means a lot because if we're applying for permits, then that means that we're making buildings. If we're making buildings, that means someone's buying them, someone's taking out loans, and they have business plans for those things to happen. And then we have housing starts too. So that has a lot to do with productivity of a nation. You know what I'm saying? And I always want to know, how productive are we being? Because we can't fake pay people back. You know what I'm saying? If you're the United States of America, you got to really pay folks back. If you don't pay them back on time, you got to be ready for them to knock at your door. The world is a neighborhood. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You loan your neighbor $20. He say he's going to pay you back next week. And then it's 2 months from now. Sooner or later, you can expect, you know what I'm saying, for somebody to knock on somebody's door. And that's what we're doing here in the world. We're exchanging money back and forth, and people are putting their faith and trust in one another. And we're hoping that it's not betrayed. And one of the ways we check on the overall economic health of the United States of America is ensuring that people going to work. Are you going to work? Are you healthy? And are you going to work? Don't even make it too crazy. Just keep it simple. If you just think of what has to happen at your house for your house to keep running, somebody's got to take out the trash. Somebody got to pay the light bill. Somebody got to keep it secure. Put the ADT on at night, or your Ring app on at night. You have a little entertainment in there. You got to stay healthy. So you got some medicine in the closet. And, or in the pantry, you got some good food. All of that stuff, exactly what you do for the house is exactly what the state of Florida has got to do, the state of Georgia, and, of course, the United States of America. So don't even make it crazy. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you have to do at your house, that's what the government has got to do in order to maintain its structure, its good financial structure. Let me tell you, mama gets sick, daddy gets sick, and the kids need money, it's going to be real tough. Because mama's not going to work and daddy's not going to work. So it becomes real tough, and that's really one of the things that you want to look at when you're trading the bonds. Shoot, when you're trading anything, the market is not multiple things. There is one financial market with many pieces, many pieces, and all of them are interconnected. Because let me tell you, if the United States of America has a hard time defending itself, then who cares if you're selling a lot of Apple computers? Because there's bombs in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, let's be serious. If China is sick, who cares what's going on Alibaba? Nobody can even get up and go to work because everybody's sick. And we have to be concerned with the overall health, economic health of our households. It's the same thing when you look at the market. It's not 2-3 different things going on.
This one everywhere.
Thank you, man. Yeah, that's cool. I appreciate it.
You need ketchup?
No, I'm okay. I'm not even going to probably eat it. I'll just wait. Thank you, though. I appreciate you. So that's really what it's about. That's really what it's about. Are there any questions from anybody? I want to make sure I answer questions because in 3 more minutes, I got to jump off and we got to go to the trade room and we got to get to the money. Let me check and see if there are any questions over here. Isis, I'm trying to, there you go. What's going on? You all right, sis?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm doing really well too. I just had a quick question for you.
Talk to me.
Thank you for coming last night to our panel discussion.
Oh, it was beautiful. Thank you for having me. I was honored, for real.
Of course. I'm happy that Cassie told me that you can make it because it was great to have you there. So I just have a quick question for you. As you might already know from being in my room, I'm a long-term stock investor. I'm moving over to options very soon. But I don't really know anything about bonds. I don't know if you have time to talk a little bit about the bond market and what it is. I know you have to go into the trade room. So if you prefer to talk in DM, it's fine. I just don't know anything about it. So I don't know if you could give just a quick overview, just so people like myself that aren't really open to what bonds are to have a bit of understanding.
Okay. I'm so glad that you asked me, Isis. The truth is, it's a very hidden market. Most people haven't even heard about it or don't really know that it's happening. The United States 30-year Treasury bonds are part of a family of instruments, quite like the Russell, the NASDAQ, the Dow, and the S&P all move together as a family of indexes. The bonds, the 30 years, the 10-year, the 5-year, the 2-year, and the ultra bonds, they move together as well. A bond, quite simply, is a debt instrument that is used in order to raise capital. All right. So what happens is if you're Microsoft and you need money, you can issue stock. Someone can give you money, and then in return, you give them ownership or part ownership of your company. That is stock. That's a debt instrument. However, if you're the United States of America, it is a bit, antithetical to believe that someone can outright own it. So how can a municipality, how can a city, how can a government, raise capital? Well, there's one way. One way is we take a whole lot of guns and knives and we go to someone else's country and we pillage and plunder, and then we take their spoils and we run away. But in today's society, that's not civil. So how else can we do it? Well, the civil way to do it is to say, hey, we're going to issue a bond. And a bond is quite literally a loan. If you give the United States of America money, what they do is promise to pay you back. Word is bond. You know what I'm saying? They promise to pay you back in X amount of years with X amount of interest. That is a bond contract. Now, that's nothing new. It goes back to ancient times, and it's absolutely nothing new. Now, this is the cool thing about it. We can, as traders, because of a contract between two other people, stand outside of that contract because they have created, by agreeing to terms, a market for us. Don't believe me? I'll prove it. Two fighters are going to fight. They're going to fight in Vegas. It's Floyd Mayweather and whoever else, because he's going to beat him, right? So Floyd is fighting somebody else. They have a contract. Floyd is fighting some guy. They are in agreement to fight. But because of their agreement, the entire city of Las Vegas changes. The whole market changes. We're going to give out more tickets. The police are going to issue more. There are going to be more people that have DUIs. There are going to be more liquor sales, more soda sales, more hotel rooms, more flights, more car rentals. There's going to be more. Why? Because of two people's agreement, a market was created where other entities could participate. Let's bring it a little closer to the house. Closer to the house looks like this. Let's just say your homeboy, they down there, they pitching them dice, as my grandma would say. My grandma would say, y'all down there pitching them dice. So you got two of your homeboys down there pitching them dice. Now, the thing about it is, you don't want to roll no dice today. But you can stand back because of their agreement in the dice game. They have an agreement. That's a contract. If they roll thus and so, then one will make money and one will lose, or the other will make money and the one will lose. So now they have a contract. That's a dice game. You can stand outside of the contract and evaluate the outcomes and participate in the outcomes. How? We call that side betting. So you side bet on the value of the contract or the outcomes of the contract happening. You are not a member of the dice game. You are not fighting in the fight. But because you are available to behold the contract between these two entities, you can participate on the outcome side. Okay, if that makes sense to you, then the other part of the game is this. We do this every day. We do it every day. And that's what we do in the market. As we look at the participants, the buyers and the sellers, pushing the market up and pushing it down, what we can do is stand outside of their contract and still benefit from it by side betting the bond market. I've never owned a bond. I've never sold a bond. But I bought and sold the market because I can see the way the buyers and the sellers communicate with one another. And if they communicate in regular patterns with regular outcomes, I'm able to predict market occurrences. And because I can, and because I know how to teach other people to do it, we can sit up every day and make money. Make a little sense, Isis?
Yeah, no, that sounds good. One more question. So, I have a law background. I have a law degree, but I went into TV and film, as you know, and still.
Of course.
But as soon as you started talking about contracts, well, I thought to myself, what if one of those two parties to the contract defaults? Does that in any way affect me, who's on the side, betting on that?
And it does, and it happens every day. It happens every day. Insurance companies default on payouts. Banks default on loans. Have to go to bigger banks to find more backing. Banks don't have enough money in the overnights, so they need an injection of capital from the Fed. Defaulting happens quite often, more often than you would think. If you think of the markets as a living organism, then somebody has to be outside to measure the heartbeats, the pace of the BPM, the health of the lungs of this living organism, and someone has got to administrate the proper health conditions in order to make sure that the thing doesn't come off the tracks. You see what I'm saying? So if you are, quote unquote, doing what we do, side betting, now you don't have a vested interest in the bonds, which means you're not an investor. You didn't go out and buy 2 million United States Treasury bonds and you are holding those as assets. No, you don't. But you want to be aware of the overall health of the body. Same thing that you would be doing if it was Domino's Pizza or Visa or Microsoft or MasterCard. The only thing is, as an investor, you have a vested interest. You typically want things to be at a value position when you enter, and then you want them to rise, and you want the company to do well, and you want them to come up with new technology, and you want them to be innovative, and you want them to have a pristine CEO, and you want the valuation of the company to continue to rise. You want their moats to grow wider and deeper so that no one else can take their position, and you want to see your position soar as an investor. Why? Because you are vested. You have a vested interest. Just like, I'm a professor at this college. I am a vested member of the faculty. You are there. You want to be in this position. Well, a trader is different. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care if it go up or down, because we can make money selling it on the way down, or we can make money buying it on the way up. That's not what we don't care whether it goes up or down. We just want to know what it will do. And oftentimes it's not that we know what will happen in the market, but we know what will happen if things happen. And that's really the sweet spot for traders. We find out where the buyers are. We find out where the sellers are. We find out who's going to win. We make a lot of money in a day. If we make a lot of money in a day, then we have the rest of our day to chill out. And when I say a day, typically in my trade room, we're done by 10:30. When we're done, we're done. You know what I'm saying? And there we are. So it's if they default, that's their contract. You know, they defaulted. I don't lose anything. They defaulted. If you imagine, go look at the S&P chart when they announced that Corona came. Everybody pulled the market. They pulled a plug on the market. They pulled a plug and the price fell. Where traders didn't care. We just hit sell and made tons of money on the way down. In fact, one congresswoman, after she was briefed about what would be happening with COVID as it arrived to the shores of the US, she called her broker. The first call she made after the briefing was her broker. She said, stop everything and hit sell on everything. And she made a ton of money as the market fell. That's just what it is, because investors and traders have different interests. One of them is typically long-term and wanting the market to rise. The other is getting to the money immediately.
Thank you. That was very informative. I appreciate that.
No problem at all. Are there any other questions on? Oh, Cass, what's up? I see you on here.
I don't have any questions. Good morning, Raven, Ken, Isis, Jay. Thank you so much. This is my 4th day on your platform. I want to be quick. One, I just want to thank you for coming through last night. You didn't know me from a can of paint, but your message was definitely in the minority in terms of the other people that we had in the room with regard to options and long-term trading. I heard Drake in a Come Up Series video identify as a Bob Billy and explain briefly about making money every day.
Yes.
I just wanted to thank you. You actually came through when you were in the middle of your own training, and I just really want to respect you and honor you for that. That's all I came to say.
No, I appreciate that. That's the least I can do. And I thank you for inviting me to be a part. Like, it's special to me. You know, it's special to me. And
Hey, Jay, just so you know.
Yes.
Tomorrow we're holding our next Investing While Black. And the topic is, should I buy a Tesla or Tesla?
Buy Tesla stocks. I'm looking forward to that. You know, as you may or may not know, on Sunday, my father-in-law, who is really a father to me, he passed away this week. I know this weekend it could be kind of crazy. I'm not sure what the family will be doing on the Friday night before the funeral. I will do my very, very best, Isis, because I truly believe in what you're doing. To have reached the pinnacle of success that you reach, and then to make it your business, to provide an opportunity for everyone to learn, essentially being an information broker is the position that you're stepping in, because you have access to people with a lot of information and a whole lot of people who need it. And you're putting that kind of work together, you and Cassidy. That means a lot to me. So I'm going to do my best to peek my head in and say what's happening, answer any questions that people have, because it means a lot for you to be doing what you're doing. And I'm honored that you will allow me to be a part, because, you know, I'm just little old Jay. Nobody really know me. I'm not really, I'm nobody, but I appreciate that you see value in what I'm doing. And I appreciate the fact that I can be a part in any way of helping the community.
Absolutely. I'm happy to find out about you through Cassidy, all that you're doing. And, I couldn't run these Investing While Black seminars with all these big names without the help of Cassidy. She's a really big help to me. So
she's amazing.
I really hope you can come by Friday. I'm really sorry to hear about your father.
Thank you.
If you can't come, we'll get you on the next one, man.
You already know. And I appreciate you. Much love to you.
I'm going to the audience. Thank you.
Oh, it's all good. Hey, Facebook, YouTube, I'm seeing Rob, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Lesma, I appreciate your comments. Christopher, thank you for your comments. I truly appreciate it. Hey, if you have any questions, I'm here. This is what I love to do. I love to educate. We're gonna just wake up, get to the money, and then let that be that. I like to say, before I go, that, yesterday I was talking about something, and it's called urgency, and that's kind of become my watchword. I want you all, everybody, if you can, be urgent about it. Don't sit and talk about it, plan on it. And then don't just plan on it, execute on that. And then don't just execute, but urgently execute daily, moment by moment. You don't become great by waiting. You know what I'm saying? So if it's time to study, go study. If it's time to work out, go work out. I urge you, man, go forgive who you need to forgive, because forgiveness is the gift you give yourself. Let the past go. And if sometimes you have to look in the mirror and forgive yourself, go speak positively to yourself, affirm yourself, affirm your beauty, affirm your intellect, affirm your greatness, affirm that. I just, with urgency, I implore you all, everybody that's watching, and not only am I telling you, but I'm telling you so you could tell somebody else today, Go be about the business of doing what you mean to do, what you were born to do. Go be urgent about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, go do this because you can do it. Look, honestly, 2020 has been probably the hardest year in history, at least since I've been alive. But we still here, bro. Like, it's December 17th, and we're still here. It's time to now shake that dust off your feet and get your mind back right. The resolutions don't have to wait to January 1st. They can start right now. And the biggest thing you can start doing, you don't even need a new plan. Just get urgent about that one that you had. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to invest in them houses, go invest in them now. You know what I'm saying? If you said you were going to travel the world because you want to see how the sun look when you in Indonesia, then go and see that sun in Indonesia. If you want to write that book, write that book. If you want to play, if you want to write the play, write the play. You know why? I need it. This is me. I'm telling you to be urgent, but I'm really being selfish. Because if you don't write your book, then how am I going to learn? If you don't write your play, what am I going to watch so I can start a conversation? If you don't shatter that glass ceiling, what will my daughters do? I need you. I need you. So I'm urging you right now, lean into yourself, step back into yourself, use the power God gave you and go on and do this thing, man. Look, yesterday, Isis spoke about her African mother. And I love the way she put it. She didn't just say my mother. She said my African mother. I love that. Talked about the way her mom set her up for the sacrifices that her mom made so that she could be what she became. Bro, what will you do so that your kids become what they should? Your nieces and nephews become what they should. That's why we're doing this. Trading is just an output. But the real reason why we're doing it is because we have to change the paradigm. There has got to be a paradigm shift. There's got to be one. And you can be the one. You can. You can change your whole last name. You can change the way that everybody in the world sees your last name. It's not just Kennedy. It's not just Hines. It's not just Kraft. It's you. It's Johnson. It's Jenkins. It's Smith. It's you. It's Jackson. You know what I'm saying? It's you. You can do this. And I believe in you. And trust me, if you need some help getting it done, holla at me. My Instagram right there. My email right there. It ain't going nowhere. All right? I appreciate y'all, man. Let me go in here to this room now that the jobs report is over. Let me go in here and try and see if I get some money, man. I appreciate y'all.